Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Little Steakhouse for today's lunch with Coach Monty Coleman, broadcasted live on 89.7 KUAP. If you have any questions for Coach Coleman or the players, you can give us a call at 870-575-UAPB or 870-575-8272. Or you can hit us up on Twitter at UAPB Lions Roar. This past Saturday, the Golden Lions defeated Mississippi Valley State 24-14 at Golden Lions Stadium in their first of 3 home games of the month for the month of November. This week, UAPB will take on Prairie View A&M on Saturday, November 8th, in a 2:30 p.m. start at Golden Lions Stadium in their fourth and final homecoming game of this season. This will be the 73rd meeting between UAPB and Prairie View A&M, with the Panthers currently leading the series 45-23-4. Prairie View is currently 3-5 overall and 3-4 in conference play. The Panthers were off this past weekend, but in their last outing, Prairie View A&M dropped a 77-48 contest to Alcorn State at Blackshear Stadium in Prairie View, Texas. At this time, we ask the players to introduce themselves to the audience. Mr. Strickland.
I'm Tyler Strickland, kicker for University of Arkansas Pine Bluff.
Mr. Berry.
Marcus Berry, defensive end, number 54.
All right, at this time, we ask the players to give opening comments about last week's win over Mississippi Valley and talk a little bit about Prairie View. Mr. Berry.
I'm just very excited. Got a win, big win that we really needed. And all we can do is prepare and take on Prairie View this Saturday.
Mr. Strickland.
Yeah, it was an exciting win. It finally seems that our team's playing on all cylinders, offense, defense, and special teams. So it's exciting to see what this week will entail.
All right, at this time, we have opening comments from the top dog himself, head coach Monty Coleman.
I want to thank you again, Mr. Tony Dow here at the Little Steakhouse, and everyone that's come out for the press conference. Last week was definitely a very, very sweet victory for us. We've been on the road several weeks prior to. Very glad to be back home in front of our home crowd. The Mississippi Valley Devils were a very good football team. The score really didn't indicate how well they are, coached under Coach Comagee, but it was a very good victory for us. I thought we came out ready to play. One of the things that we want to do in each of the ball games, and you've heard me say this, is we want to start fast. And I thought we got off to a fast start this week. We put points on the board early. We were up by 7 in the second quarter. Came out and had a little lull in the third quarter, which me and the coaches, we've been sitting down trying to evaluate or analyze ourselves to see why we are a little slow starting in the third quarter. So hopefully this week we can pick that up. But overall, it was a great win for the guys, great win for the team. We're on a 2-game roll, and we're excited about this weekend. We're at homecoming. A lot of the fans, a lot of the alumni and family and friends will be here for homecoming. And we want to put on our best show against Prairie View. And it should be a good football game. Prairie View is a very good, talented football team. Coach Northern is doing a great job and have done a great job. They defeated us last year very convincingly, the last game of the season. So right now we're probably equal as far as records, but as far as stats, their offense is slightly above ours. They're having a little woes with their defense. Their last outing against Alcorn, their defense gave up 77 points. Which is tough. So I'm sure they're going to be looking to do better against us to get that bitter taste out of their mouth. But it should be a great football game. The weather should be fine. I want to invite all the fans to come out and support our team, our hometown team, the Golden Lions, this weekend for homecoming. And we can assure you that it's going to be a great show.
All right, we'll open up for questions. If you have any questions for Coach Coleman or the players, you can give us a call at 870-575-UAPB or 870-575-8272. Or you can hit us up on Twitter at UAPB Lions Roar. Yes, sir. Please step forward.
Bubba Pettigrew, avid fan. and hoping to see one excuse expression, hell of a homecoming game out of both of you all, and you too, Coach.
Yes, sir.
First, Strickland, I've watched you over your career at UAPB, and you bring us a sense of pride. What is your longest kick of your career at UAPB?
I have a 51 at Jackson. It was at Jackson State last season, and that's the record right now.
Very good, very good. DeMarcus, you know, this year, now being an avid fan, I just got to tell it like it is. You become very special to me on defense. You've gotten my attention. Let me just say it like that. And it seems as though you keep getting better. Now, you've got 2 quarterback sacks over the last 2 games in each game. And one of the things I was talking to Coach about was raising havoc in the backfield. I feel like the front 4 starts everything. If you all can be effective, it gives the secondary a much better chance of creating a turnover or something like that. What do you attribute to your momentum swing and just the gaining of momentum and your performance these last couple of games?
You know, I mean, all we can do is just work hard. I mean, throughout practice, each week we just work. That's all we really just know, you know. And I know my teammates, they look at me as a leader. So, I mean, if I'm not out there doing what I need to do, you know, the game probably won't be as exciting, you know. And so I really just have to start fast and just keep the motor going.
Well, let me say this, especially like Saturday, when we were headed north, you were playing on our side of the field. It was a thing of beauty. I don't want to tell you here.
let me comment.
Yes.
Bubba, you know, DeMarcus didn't play for us last season because of reasons, but we knew the potential that he have and to bring to this football team. So it's definitely a plus to have him back this year. Because we were looking forward last year, but unfortunately he wasn't able to play. So what he's doing is what we knew he could do, and he also bringing that excitement in practice, bringing that leadership to the team, and it is something to watch. So, you know, he's got another year with us. We're excited for him to finish this season, and you know, pick up next year leading us as a senior next year. Tyler, one of the best kickers we've had since I've been here, and it's going to be a shame to lose him. He's a senior also. We've got, 3 games left with him, but he also had a long field goal. I think it was 50 yards against Alabama State in 2012 that was the points we needed to win that football game down in a hostile crowd in Montgomery. Big pivotal game for us because that started our win streak in 2012 on our road to the championship game. And he's made a lot of clutch kicks for us, and worth his weight in gold for us right now.
Good. And Tyler, let me say, you've been a hero, and I think somebody would have to have their head in the ground not to know what you've done for us, especially 2012. You've been a hero. Don't stop now. We got 3 more games to go, brother. Here. All right. Both of you gentlemen, congratulations on a good season.
Thank you.
Now, Monty, another thing on defense that I have noticed, and I commented on it before, was attempts at takeaways, jarring the ball loose. I saw, it seems like a more intensity Saturday. Have you said or done something that's making a difference anywhere?
Well, Bob, you know, I've alluded to after the Grambling game, I had one-on-ones with the entire team, and we sat and we talked for 10 minutes, and I laid out 3 things to them: attitude, better attitude, and I was talking to them individually, not as a team. Better work ethic on the field and off the field, and their actions. And those 3 things that I challenged each player with. And after that conversation or after that talk, we went down, we played Texas Southern, and I could see a difference in our team. And I definitely saw a difference in our team on the sideline, not just on the field, but on the sideline also. Guys were pulling for each other. And that's the difference, I think, in a lot of the games that we've lost early on. It's not that I felt like the teams were better than we were, but they played more consistent as a team, and we weren't. And these last couple of ball games, I think we've played very consistent as a team, and we've gotten 2 wins. So I think that's why you see the enthusiasm, guys celebrating when one guy have success. If a guy has failure, instead of bad-mouthing him, we're lifting him up, and that's what we need to do. So I think that's what you see right now. As far as our giveaway takeaway, that's one of the stats that I look at every week. We want to win the giveaway takeaway, and what I mean by the giveaway takeaway, if our offense give the ball up, a fumble, interception, whatever the case is, once in a game, the defense has to get it back twice. So that'll make us +1. And we want to win that giveaway takeaway each week. And we have made an emphasis on defense to go after the football, be more aggressive, play with the intensity that we want to jar balls loose, we want to get interceptions. And I saw Kyle Walker strip, I think it was the quarterback. Unfortunately, they didn't give us the ball, but I thought it was a bad call by the officials that we didn't get that fumble, because I thought he wasn't down and it should have been a fumble, but at least with conscience of trying to strip the football and trying to take it away. We had one of the young safeties, got 2 interceptions in this particular ball game. It's been kind of a rocky road for them, so I was very proud of him to bounce back and do what he did in this particular ball game.
Coach, would you you had 2 offensive players. Now you've spoken about the defense. Mm-hmm. On offense, you had 2 outstanding athletes. Would you Willie Young,
yeah,
number 1, and Hanley, the running back. Would you give a comment on each one of them?
Both of these guys have stepped up at the right time and doing the things that we need them to do. Hanley right now is closing in on 600 yards for the season so far after 8 games. He's had 2 150-plus yards games the last 2 ball games. So that's what we need. We pride ourselves on running the football first and then throwing the football. Willie Young is Willie Young. Willie Young, unfortunately for him, he didn't play last season either. But the year before that, all we got to do is think about the championship game, 99 yards or whatever it was to Willie Young for us to tie the ball game and then go into overtime. But for him to have, 9 catches, 10 catches this particular ball game for over 100 yards. He had over 100 yards. Had over 100 yards the week before. Willie's got outstanding speed. He knows how to attack the football, and he's playing with a lot of intensity right now. And there's some small things he has to work on that's not killing him. But once he learns those little small things that Coach Ray and the offensive coaches are teaching him, he can only get better. And that's scary because the young man is outstanding right now. When I started this season, I told the offensive coaching staff, I said, there's 3 people has to touch the football. One is not playing quite as much because of because of handling, but Aaron LeGrone, Willie Young, and of course Ben Anderson. And right now Ben is playing well, and of course Willie's playing well. So we're moving in the right direction.
Very good. One more comment and I'm done, Coach. I don't know how to say this, but I'm going to say it.
Okay.
When your back is turned, I'm coaching. I'm your unpaid sideline coach.
Is that a question?
No, I'm scared to ask a question. But I just want you all to know that for one reason or another, I've had to miss some games. I will be at the last 3. And we're gonna win, y'all.
Yes,
Look here. The only thing that'll stop us is I have to come on the field. So y'all win the game without me on the field, please.
We'll do that.
Right.
Thank you. Thank you for following us, brother. We appreciate you.
So.
Are there any more questions for Coach or the players? Yes, Mr. Stubbs.
I'll make it quick. Tim Stubbs, UAPB Television, 89.7 KUAP. And I think Bubba pretty much, also avid fan, by the way.
Absolutely.
And y'all pretty much covered everything. Just talk a little bit, Coach, about where the team is right now, kind of where y'all were a few weeks ago. I know y'all went through some tragic times, and it seems like you've gelled and you got a couple wins under your belt going into homecoming, and I know you still got a big game against Alcorn left, and then finish up against Alabama A&M, and you're not looking at the next couple of games. Right. I know Coach speak, and I know exactly what you're going to say. It's all about this next game. Absolutely. But just give us a brief synopsis of kind of where the team is right now, where you guys have come from. A lot of trials and tribulations this season, a lot of adversity, and you got some pretty some leathernecks, if you will, some pretty tough kids on your team, including your coaching staff, and y'all been through a lot this year, and the effort is there every single play, no matter what the score is, and that speaks a testament to you and the team. Just talk about that a little bit going into this big homecoming game. You
know, I think Barry kind of summed it up just a minute ago when we first sat down for the press conference. He said it feels good to have a smile or be able to talk positive, because so many weeks we came close, but we just didn't get the cigar or get the ring on the scoreboard. So it feels real good, Tim, to be able to sit here before you guys with 2 victories under our belt. Now, there's some things that I want to point out to our fans and to our campus that they may not understand or may not see. I've got 1, 2, 3, I've got 4 new coaches this year, which makes a huge difference in preparing for a team. Or the preparation of a team. I've got my 4th offensive coordinator. Ben's been under 3. So, you know, that makes a difference on the offensive side, because the offense now got to re-gear from being under 1 coordinator to being under Coach Jones. We're very, very young on the defensive side of the ball. When I say defensive side, a lot of the people that's playing on special teams have never played for us before, so we're trying out guys on offense, defense, and special teams. But on the defensive side of the ball, I think we've only got maybe 3 guys that played last season, played some last season for us. So we're a whole new defense right now. So you add all that together, and it may not give you a overall winning record or a championship season, but it gives you hope. And the hope that we have right now is we won 2 football games. We've come together as a team, and that was the major thing for us to do. And I feel very confident that we can win this next football game against Prairie View if we continue to play like we've played the last 2 and under the team concept. And that's all we want. You know, you come and you say, you know what I was going to say? Yeah, we're just taking it 1 game at a time. We're not looking at Alcorn. We're not looking at Alabama A&M. We're looking at Prairie View right now. We want to win this game. We want to win it for our fans. We want to win it for all the alumni that's coming in town, and definitely want to win it for ourselves. And, you know, to win this football game, I think would boost us up a little bit more. I've seen a whole different attitude in the players. And the coaches and myself, because I'm sure I was like a broken record every week when we lost, trying to point out one of the reasons why we were losing, and now to be on this winning roll, it feels real good. So everybody's attitudes are a lot more positive because of the wins. Now what we've got to do is we've got to maintain, and we've got to continue to win football games, and we're doing it 1 game at a time. So this week is Prairie View, and we're going to the next one afterward.
All right, any more questions for Coach or the players? Once again, we'd like to thank you for coming out and having lunch with us. Just a reminder, your UAPB volleyball team will take on Hardin University tonight at 7 p.m. and will close out their 2014 home schedule on Friday, November 7th against Prairie View A&M in their annual senior night game, with both matches scheduled to be played at Hazard Gymnasium. Also, Golden Lion fans, the 2014-2015 basketball season tickets are currently on sale. For more information, contact the UAPB ticket office at 870-575-8601 as your Lady Lions and Golden Lions get set to kick off their season next week. All right, let's give Mr. Tony Dowell a round of applause for letting us come out to the Little Steakhouse. Also, the UAPB, the Department of Athletics, would like to thank Brookshire's for being the title sponsor of the student tailgate that takes place 3 hours before kickoff for every Golden Lion home football game. The UAPB Department of Athletics would like to wish you a happy and safe 2014 UAPB homecoming. And once again, thank you for coming out. Until we meet again, keep those calls, emails, and Twitter alerts coming in. And have a wonderful Golden Lion Day.